All right, we are back, gentlemen. Welcome to JSNB Talk, where we put the pod in podcast, sometimes the cast too.
Sometimes, not every,
Sometimes.
not every of the time.
Tonight we are. We got our guest Brian Brinson, my dad.
He's here.
Yep, he's
Again.
here again for the second time. Dad.
He's here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We welcome you.
It's a
We
pleasure to
welcome
be
you,
here.
Byron. We welcome you.
Yes.
It's a pleasure
Along
to be
with
here.
Stu, Jared, and Nicky B. Here we go again. What do we
And I
got on the
still
agenda
not
for
call
tonight?
you- Still not gonna call you Nicky B. Sorry, dude.
I know you're not.
Oh, there you
I
go.
know you-
There you go, Jared.
you're
Let him have it.
gonna-
Let him have
I'm
it.
going to call him Nicky B for the rest of my life.
Bet your freaking chickens he is.
Yep, you bet your freaking chickens I will, because
Oh,
Byron,
my
you
word.
will not call him Nicky B. That's fine. But that just amps me up even more to call him.
Oh,
Bri-
gosh.
Brian, did your son tell you about bet your freaking chickens?
No.
Oh,
No, not yet.
dude. Grammy said I like your dad. He's cool with a K. Grammy says
Yep,
you're
he is
cool, Brian.
Hey.
Excellent. What up,
You're trying to
Ferg?
be hip, Grandma.
Thanks, Grammy.
Oh man. Okay, so real quick, for those the couple that are in here, we did a trip down to Charlotte, Jared and I, last week to visit Nicky B, down in his new home, where he moved to after he left
Kind
me.
of new.
No, it's your new
Yeah.
home because your home is up here, right, Brian? This is home for Nick, and he chose to
that is
leave us,
correct.
both of us, all
That's
three of us
true.
actually.
That is true.
Correct.
I mean, I've
So-
been down here for 2 years, almost 2
That
years
just shows
now.
him.
so-
That just shows you where his priorities are
His
at.
priorities are not with us, and makes
That's
total
right.
sense.
No, Nick, you were in Pennsylvania for 31 years, right? 30?
Yeah.
31 years? So,
Yep.
He
Yeah.
left.
31 years. Yeah.
30 years versus 2 years. So 30
Right.
years
Well,
is home.
Very
you can make
sad.
any place
Ferg,
home.
he's not going to move to Texas.
Nope. Nobody's
Very sad.
doing that. However, so Jared and I we jumped in the car Saturday morning at 6 a.m. or maybe a little after 6:20, something like that. Took our 7.5 hour drive down there, and in the conversation, as conversation just kind of evolves in long road trips, Jared was kind of venting about some things, and in his anger and frustration, you could tell he started to say something, and about halfway through, he didn't know where he was going with it, but he just felt committed to finish with something, and it just kind of came out like this. It was like, bet your freaking chickens. and it was, oh man, let me tell you, when I tell you, Brian, that we literally laughed from literally the northern part of Virginia to the southern part of Virginia and sprinkled that phrase in as often as humanly possible. Bet your freaking chickens we did. It was,
Yeah, you did.
I don't think I haven't laughed so hard in such a long time because he said it and then he really quick just tried to like gloss over it and continue into another sentence, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you
I
to
did
hold,
not
please.
try and gloss over it. No, absolutely not. I was right there with you. Right there with you. I was not trying to gloss over it.
I was like, I'm gonna need you to stop there because we are not going to continue without highlighting the fact that you just said, "Bet your freaking chickens."
Bet your freaking chickens.
Yep.
What
That was
time,
good.
what
Freaking
time was that,
chickens.
Jared? What time was
What?
that?
What time was that?
Yeah.
I don't know, Stewie. What time was that? 9, 10 a.m.?
Yeah, it's probably
Somewhere
around 9, 10 a.m. Bet
Right,
your
9,
freaking
9.
chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sometime in the morning because then they
Yeah.
called me probably a
Around 10.
couple hours later, and I
Yep.
think in that phone call that we were talking, we probably said it like, I don't know, maybe 50 times in like a 20-minute phone call.
We did kind of screw up though because we were talking
I
on the
think-
phone about overusing the heck out of it over the weekend, and then really once we got there, we didn't really circle back to it all that often. So
I think what happened was I'm pretty sure I was trying to say something like, "Don't count your chickens before they hatch," and for some reason I just couldn't pull it off.
bet your freaking
And
chickens.
so I was like, "Bet your freaking chickens, dude."
You had to pull
Yeah.
something out of your
Let's go.
butt.
I had to pull something out of my rear end, so that was it. That was it. Bet your
And
freaking
out came a
chickens.
chicken
Yeah, that's right.
or multiple chickens.
So that's going to be overused so much.
So, Jared, which came first though, the chicken or the egg?
That's a good question, Byron. Which did come first?
Well,
The chicken was created first, and then they procreate and they make eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna say now we have multiple chickens. So
Yep.
how did they come about if they were first?
Exactly.
I don't know, but we got
Nobody
people
knows.
blowing up our chat here.
yeah, I was gonna see
Exactly.
if you saw that. Nicky B looks like a
Yeah.
friend of yours jumped in on YouTube.
Yes, indeed, Roy Brow. He
Hey,
is
a
6'8",
YouTube friend.
and he is all man. 6'8" and all man. He was a friend going back to 2019. We met
Whoa.
when I went through the professional training at Reviture for software engineering. So
Okay.
we've been friends ever since. But training. He likes to do judo. A 6'8" guy who does judo.
Jeez.
Imagine that coming at you.
Yeah,
Okay.
wouldn't want to
But-
fight that guy.
Yeah,
When he-
yeah.
No siree, Bob. Bet your freaking chickens.
When he was here at our house for the shower, boy had to duck through the doors and everything else. So he's a big
Yeah.
boy.
Whew.
And
6'8".
and he was limping. He was on crutches of some kind, so that was definitely hard for him to get duck
Jeez.
and crutches at the same time.
Jeez, oh man.
Hope you're doing okay, Roy.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah,
Nice to
Roy.
meet you, Roy.
My
6'8"
boy
Glad to
Roy.
have you.
man.
And
Kyle
Austin.
Stewart, what's up, dude? Austin. Hey, dude,
Yeah.
we're bummed we didn't get to meet you when we were down in Charlotte, but next time, which there will
Next
be
time.
for sure a next time.
Yeah, you guys are gonna come down in the summertime, springtime, something like that. We'll do some scooting
Oh.
booting.
I was
Around
thinking,
the city.
Do some scooting booting.
I was thinking like next week.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works
just make
too.
the drive back down there
Yeah.
again. Jared's on his 7 days off next week, so we
Yep.
can just
You're
scoot right on
I'm
back
gonna,
down.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to be absent on that one, Nicky B, but I will see you next year.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
I think it'll be a little warmer. I think it'll be in the 60s next week. So
Well, that'll
could
be
be-
nice because then I won't have to freeze my what's off riding those
You bet
skis
your
around
sweet
Charlotte.
chickens.
Bet your
Bet your
freaking
freaking
chickens,
chickens.
Brian.
close,
I did.
close.
That was
Bet your
close,
freaking
Byron.
chicken.
That was close, Byron, but that's okay. I'll stick with the bet your sweet chickens. That's a good one too.
Bet,
Who knows,
Bet
and maybe-
your sweet chickens.
Roy said he'll join you guys, so and meet you
Alright.
down here, so we could have
Cool.
a good old time.
We'll hang out with Roy.
We're gonna need to rent an entire hotel at this point.
Oh, I mean, can you imagine?
Well, Roy would
just
take
picture-
like one floor because of
Well,
how tall he is. They're gonna have to
that-
take walls out
Yeah,
so he can lay
that
down.
and you imagine a guy 6'8" coming at you on a scooter, or seeing that go down the road.
You know, I was
Screeching,
thinking,
screeching wheels like it's got
I
me
was-
by 6 inches, dude. Holy
Yeah, dude.
goodness.
yeah, he's got me only by like 4 inches for me. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
6'4".
Oh, that's because you're 6'4".
Right, I'm 6'4", so
Oh, man. But yeah,
Yeah, I was-
the,
I was
go
thinking
ahead.
about that today. I was talking to a guy that we know. You guys both know, Kent Boatman. And I was like, man, like there were some times where I was riding that scooter around, where we had to like duck under some trees and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, Kent's pretty tall. I could see him taking a branch to the forehead or something like that, because he,
yeah.
that'd be kind of
I
funny.
think Kent's like,
He's taller than you, isn't he, by a little bit?
oh yeah, by a couple inches.
Couple
I think
inches.
he's 6'4" or 6'5",
Yeah,
probably.
say
I'm
he's
gonna go
probably
with
up there.
6'5". Probably go with 6'5".
Yeah.
we have the
Might be
trees
6'4".
coming down. Jared at 6'2", Kent
Yeah.
at 6'4", 6'5", and then Roy at
Yeah.
6'8".
Yep. Stewie
We'll
at
be,
6'4".
Yeah, Stewie at 6'4".
Yep.
That's
We'll be
right,
running the
because-
town.
That's
Exactly.
right. Man, those little scooters definitely did scoot. Those were,
Dad, you gonna
those
come
were
down
fun.
and scoot and boot with us?
Those
I
were
can scoot.
fun.
I can scoot.
See,
Scoot and boot.
it's an
Yeah.
electric.
Yeah.
It's an electric scooter, Brian. So you'll fit right in.
Nice.
Right up
Hey,
your alley.
oh, yeah.
Byron.
Nick, do they have what do they call those things? The two-wheeled jobbies?
Oh, a scooter?
No, the ones that you walk, that you stand up on. What the heck they call them?
A scooter.
A scooter?
No, it's not a scooter.
He's-
You have successfully described a scooter thus far.
No,
Are you talking about
a
like a
Segway?
longboard?
A Segway.
Oh,
Segway. Oh,
Yeah.
I think they do
Ah,
have
Ferg-
Segway tours. Oh,
Ferg
I don't know
knew.
what that is.
Those are
Ferg had
fun.
you pegged. He knew.
I don't
He
know
did.
what that is.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bert.
It's Jared. Those are like the mall cop, Paul Blart, when he wrote it. Like you lean forward, lean
okay,
backward.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We actually took a tour of Annapolis, Maryland on a Segway. It's pretty cool.
Oh, so you've ridden one before?
I have.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. And how was it? Was it fun?
Have any of you guys ridden a Segway?
Was it a little odd at first?
It was
You have to
because
lean forward to make it go, right?
right.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
it's like a hoverboard without the handles. So
Huh. Yeah,
I have never ridden.
A hoverboard?
Yeah.
Fun fact.
There we go.
So I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but in 7th grade, I built a hovercraft with my science fair partner, Dustin Hyder or Dustin Brown. There were 2 Dustins. I can't remember which one it was. But I was so little, I got to stand on it. So it was like this. It was a piece of wood that was pretty thick. Drilled some holes down in there and put like this black, like it was like a trash bag, but much thicker underneath it with some holes in it. You put a leaf blower down in there and turned that bad boy on, and it blew up and lifted you off the ground. And I was scooting along a basketball court, and I rode on top of it. That was freaking cool. We didn't somehow we didn't win. I don't understand.
Yeah, what beat you out? Do you remember?
No idea. Honestly, I just did it because we had to. We had to do a science fair project. I didn't want to, so I probably didn't even show up to the science fair, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably.
I was not a science guy.
I think you were homeschooled at that point, right?
No, I was at Lemoyne Middle School.
Oh yeah.
Lemoyne Middle School.
Yep, that was in was it sixth grade maybe, not 7th grade, 6th grade.
Yeah, that's right.
R.I.P. Lemoyne, where it no longer exists.
Pretty good for 6th graders or whatever. That's a pretty good idea.
Yep,
So
I thought.
Yeah, I think they're turning that into apartments, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so.
Nick, do you remember when we looked at buying that?
Yeah. Get the gym, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
The gym
Maybe
was right in the center, wasn't it? Am I remembering that right?
No, it was along Market Street on the far end.
Why am I thinking it was on the? I don't. Or no, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I've been to so many schools. I've moved so many times. 12 times. I actually just counted that today with Kent Boatman. 12 times in my life I've moved.
Like moved like house or schools?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, houses. But probably changed schools like I don't know. I'd have to count.
That's up there with like
6,
Army brats.
7 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you moved, Jared?
I have moved twice.
Twice, okay.
Those
like when I was growing up, when I was still under my parents' roof, it would be twice. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I think that's the same with me.
We lived in San Luis Obispo and then at Tuscadero.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my dad can attest to this. We moved twice. Once when I was 2 years old. Oh, actually, we moved once.
One.
Yeah.
Two
houses. We moved once.
Right. Yeah, as a kid, yeah.
I don't think I helped. Did I? Did I help you guys?
You sat in the paint. You sat in the paint, but other than that, no.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Actually, scratch that. I take that back, Nicky B. We moved once.
Yeah.
So
you were thinking along the same lines.
Yeah, Nicky B. It was 2 houses, but we moved once. Yeah.
So I will say, when I count the 12 moves, I am counting like everything every time I've moved in my life, but college did not count.
Right.
So, but like Nick, like when you and I moved to Dillsburg, and then I moved from Dillsburg to where I'm at now, like those counted too. And then I also count because my parents were separated. So like my dad moved a couple of times, my mom moved a couple of times. Like,
wow.
Dang.
Yeah, it was wild.
I was gonna say since I've been with Becca, I going through like our history for the security clearances. We in like 8 years of marriage, we've moved 6 times. So good late. I think I'm ready to settle down here.
That makes it very hard to get background checks and things like that done, because I got to go through like different states, and oh boy.
Well, so you'll appreciate this. I've done this enough times, but not like a ton, but I've done it enough times to where I don't like want to have to remember this. So I have everything in a spreadsheet. So
nice. Spreadsheets are
Perfect.
great.
Spreadsheet history.
Yes. Hey,
For the
7
win.
people in the at least in the Facebook group or Facebook Live right now. So if you're in there, throw a comment or something like that. Let us know who you are. Let us know you're here. We want to interact with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
So,
Becca, Nicky B's Daddy-O, Brian Brinson, the Bald
Who
Wonder.
is that?
yeah,
Is that
the
Becca?
bald wonder. Dude. So my mom was not an army brat, but, like particular like branch, but her dad was in the Navy, so they did move a lot.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
how many times, but they did move a lot. They were in Virginia all the time. They were in California, and I know there was a couple other ones somewhere.
So they didn't
Yeah.
go to Virginia for a little bit, like they physically picked up and moved to Virginia?
Oh yeah, they physically picked up, went to Virginia for a while, and then
Okay.
physically picked up and went somewhere else for a while, and then
I did not know that.
and then her parents settled once he got out of the Navy. They settled in Coronado.
Mike
So
Ferry.
it's a very nice place to settle. If I do say so
Very
myself.
nice.
Mike
Are they
Ferry,
nice?
yes, 4 of us tonight. You might know the
Unbelievably
4th.
expensive, but very nice.
Mike
This
Ferry does.
Mike Ferry, this
Mike-
is Brian Brinson. If you remember him, he was a shipping team lead at Vitra for a little while.
Hey,
Yep.
Stu, Mike Ferry would come down to my office and spend almost as much time as you did.
Easy tattletale.
We were only down there for a couple hours, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then Grammy, I think bald men are attractive. I'm married to one. Grammy, you better calm down and Mary's in the next room. Brian's
Grammy's-
wife, Mary, she's
Hey.
right there.
Grammy's heating up the chat.
Yeah, Brian, we got the stripper tipping liar in the.
Yeah.
Oh man, picture is small on my phone. Gotcha.
That's
Nick,
funny.
you have actually moved more than I have. So
Yeah?
in my lifetime, not counting college like you used to, I've moved 5 times.
Wow, yeah.
I'm envious of
times.
all of you.
Dang. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of moving.
yeah,
I can't stand it either.
more
I hate
times
it.
since I've been married.
I'm doing good, Mike.
Such a drag.
I miss our time together, Mike.
Aw. You guys can
Aw,
you guys
he
can
misses
save that
you.
for a,
He
you guys can
misses you,
save
Mike
that for a
Ferry.
phone call after the live.
We'll put my dad's phone number in the chat for anybody that
Yeah, there
doesn't
you go.
recall.
Grammy says, "No threat, Mary. I'm happily married." Yes, she is. Yesterday was Pappy's birthday. Happy birthday, Pappy.
Pappy.
Happy birthday, Pappy.
Everybody in the chat, shout out, happy birthday, Pappy.
Happy Pappy.
Happy Pappy.
I bet he was
Happy day,
happy.
Pappy.
He was happy because Ellie called him last night and said, "Happy birthday, Pappy. Love you." All that cute stuff. So he was loving it.
Super happy.
Well, my dad'll be getting that soon.
Yes,
Yes, he
he will. T minus what's the
Probably-
countdown, Nicky B?
We're looking at January 16th, but like
January-
I told you,
Try
like
again.
I told you the other day, Becca and I are both feeling that he's gonna come early.
Late.
So
January 18th. Got it.
Okay.
it could
January
be
12th.
could
January
have a
12th.
Christmas baby. We could be looking at less than a month away.
I'm looking at January 12th.
Could be January. But
I'm rooting for the
I don't
18th.
know, dude. You were 2 weeks early, Nick. So I think
Yeah,
I
no.
think you're right on. I think you're right on, dude.
and
What
we
if
talked to Katie, my sister-in-law, and she said that all 4 of her babies were early.
So
what if
Oh.
it's 2 weeks early and it's a New Year baby?
so
That's what
we
my
were
mom
talking-
was saying.
Yep.
Yeah,
Go
she
ahead.
was saying that the first baby born on the new year gets like gifts from the hospital and gets special treatment. So maybe we're hoping for that.
Diapers and all kinds of stuff.
It's probably
Yeah.
not as good as 52 meals at Chick-fil-A though
No,
for the year.
no, it's not. And now, if they gave us 52 free meals at Chick-fil-A for having the first baby on the new year, oh god, I'd be bawling
Schedule
like a
that
baby.
C-section 12:01.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, please. Oh my word.
What is
Getting excited right now.
Oh, like
Ferg? The chat is a little. Does that say we are living that dink life? Is that what that says?
Double
Think
income, no
like
kids.
Dink or Dank's life, something like that.
Oh, Brian, how did you know that? Of all people,
They teach a marriage class. They teach a marriage class, so they're up on all
Jeez.
that lingo.
I have
Byron.
literally never heard that in my life, and here's Brian. Bam.
do.
The dink life.
Double income, no kids.
Double income, no kids. Huh. Who'd have thunk it?
Living the dink life.
All right, well, I'm going to make sure to use it. Not that
Perfect.
it's relevant to my situation, but
I guess it is to mine. I
bet
guess
your
mine's
freaking
ending.
chickens I'll use it.
Bet your freaking chickens you will.
Jared's living the sink life.
That's right.
That's right. I'm living the sink life. That's right, Byron. I'm
Dink and
living that
sink.
big old sink life.
Oh,
man.
big old
no
sink.
kids. That's right.
That
I
is
just gotta get
awesome.
that up
I
to a
have
double
never
income
heard that
living.
before in my life.
That's right.
Well, gentlemen, do you want to get into the first
funny.
segment?
Yeah,
That's funny.
let's dive on in. So
Yeah, let's go for that first segment there.
So we wanted to have a little bit of fun tonight. We had some fun last week going over our hot takes. And so when Jared and Nicky B and I were talking over the weekend, we talked about kind of sprinkling these segments in every once in a while, maybe every week, who knows. But tonight we're gonna throw you a Throwback Thursday. And so tonight, the topic of the Throwback Thursday, we're gonna give our favorite 3 video games that we had growing up. And so if you guys are there in the chat and you want to throw your top 3 favorite video games in there, we'll read them, and then you can argue with us and tell us why our games are bad or why our games were good. We're going to need to get some older people in the chat to argue with Brian, but I'm sure maybe we can figure that out. But yeah, who wants to go first? Top 3 video games you had of your childhood. Anybody
should
ready?
Go first.
The elder.
The elder.
So
The elder.
so I have to throw it way back
Pong.
to something that Jared experienced the other while you guys were down in
Oh,
Charlotte.
really? Okay.
So we're talking arcade. So we're not talking home video because I
Okay.
didn't have home video. So I'm looking at Asteroids as my number 1.
Whoa, wait, hold on.
Let's go.
Hold on. See, Nicky B and Jared would know this. So you got to go in order. You got to go 3, and then 2, and then 1. I apologize. I did not clarify.
One being your favorite.
So number 3, I would say number 3 would so this is a handheld. Does that count?
That counts, yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Coleco football.
Coleco
It's a
football.
handheld. Yeah. You guys probably have no clue what it looks like.
No, I'm looking it up right now.
Brian is
Coleco
aging
football.
himself.
Wait, is it Calico or is it Coleco?
No, Coleco. Coleco. Coleco.
Oh, okay.
Let me look it up too.
Okay.
It's literally a handheld game.
All right.
So,
Okay.
What were you?
all right.
A handheld? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see it. Okay. Oh,
Like
bro,
a handheld game.
I played that.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
remember
okay.
how, but
Yeah.
I recognize it seeing the picture. I don't
So
know who
that
would have had
was-
it, but
That was basically like your what would I say? I don't know if it was like iPad or it wouldn't be an iPad, iPod. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that was like the iPad of like the 1960s.
60s,
Okay.
70s,
The iPad of the 1960s.
Sheesh.
70s. The 70s iPad.
Yeah, just
So-
for reference, it came out in 1978.
Oh, really?
My goodness. That's like, hey, let me pull out my cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Jared, you got to open the bag first, man.
I was
Oh,
gonna
I'm
say,
sorry.
yeah.
I
You did that way too
was just-
fast.
I just went for the antenna first. I'm sorry. I was probably thinking more like the late 80s, maybe.
Yeah. So Coleco
Oh, man.
football, number 3.
Okay, number 3.
Number 2 I would say would be Dig Dug.
Dig Dug.
Dig
Dig Dug.
Okay.
Yeah, arcade game. So I would go. We had an arcade. I had a buddy that I hung out with, mostly through high school and in college. That we would go to the arcade and spend basically all day Saturday. Then we would spend probably $2 or $3 is all we would spend. So because we played it so much. So
Yeah,
Dig
but
Dug was
at the
cool.
time, how like playing Dig Dug, you could probably play it for like a nickel.
no, it was a quarter.
It was a
It
quarter. Oh man,
Yeah.
wow. Times were tough back then.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, these
So-
today the pinball machines are $1.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, I think when I played Dig Dug when we were down in Charlotte, I think I paid $1.
Did you?
Yeah.
Played Dig
Now,
Dug in Charlotte.
Yeah, at Pins.
How long did you
I
play?
do not remember that.
Oh, it was not long. No, it was not long at all.
I do not remember that.
So I will say the joystick was a little finicky. It didn't respond very well. It was
Oh,
I mean,
really?
obviously old arcade game, so
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
little finicky. That's what I'll blame it on. Had it been working to its full capacity, I might have made it in like one more level. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I would like to see Brian play Dig Dug.
It was
Yeah.
and obviously I already gave him away. My first one is Asteroids. Asteroids. So in college we actually had an Asteroids machine in our upstairs foyer, upstairs room. There was a huge conference room type of thing upstairs, and so I would literally play that. And again, it was a quarter, so I would literally play like 5-6 hours on one quarter.
Jeez.
So
Man.
Now,
What a
Asteroids,
shame.
is that the one with like the ship in the middle that spins and
looked
like
like
all
a triangle.
yeah, and all
Yeah.
the blocks come in and you got to break them up and all that?
They're not blocks. They're asteroids, man. Come on.
Oh, okay. The asteroids are coming in. Yeah, you're saving planet
Block.
Earth and stuff because
Yeah.
gotcha.
Exactly.
All right.
Very cool.
So
Heck yeah.
Asteroids
All right.
number 1.
That was probably ahead of its time back then.
Roy said his number 3 would be Killer Instinct. I have never
Killer
played that
Instinct.
one.
I've never played that one either. Apparently it's what is it, an Xbox game? Yeah, Xbox game released in 94.
94. Mike Ferry, Asteroids is a good choice. He said he played it on the Atari 2600.
Oh,
Mike Ferry, you are also dating yourself right now, my friend.
Mike Ferry, I don't even know what the Atari 2600 is.
I just thought there was
Oh.
just one Atari.
oh my!
I didn't know. We're throwing out
No.
numbers like, hey, this is the
No kidding.
PlayStation, the PlayStation 2, this is the Atari
So,
2600.
So the Atari 2600 would probably cost you, if it's in good shape right now, probably cost you $300 or $400.
Whew.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy.
So I just said, hey, Mike Ferry, I don't even know what the Atari 2600 is. And your wife, who's playing with Ellie Belly in the living room, turned to look at me and she goes, what? I'm like,
She knows what it is?
oh boy, yes, she does.
Wow.
Oh,
She does.
okay.
Shocking.
Yep.
Just because
So-
I said because
She
like her
does.
family, I don't think they were like big video game players either. Her brother maybe.
Well, so
But-
so we didn't get our first. I didn't get my first video
Thanks for
game
good content.
until Nick was like, what were you, Nick? 10?
Yeah, was that the NES, the original Nintendo?
Yep.
I think so.
Wow.
Yep. So
Yeah.
All right.
And we played a lot of Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
we did. We did.
A lot
Punch
of
Out.
Mike
Oh, I
Tyson's
remember
Punch
that
Out.
one. I remember
That's
that
when
one.
I could beat. That's when
Yeah.
I could beat him at something.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
You know,
No.
Left him in my dust.
well, actually, I'll hold off on this comment until Nick says his top 3.
Yeah, I
And we'll
figured that actually goes right into it because Mike Tyson's Punch Out was probably my number 3 as a kid.
Okay.
For NES, yeah, definitely spent a lot of hours trying to beat the boss. I was one of those ones who would get really mad at video games, so I definitely slammed down a lot of controllers.
I know a couple
Attaboy.
of those.
Love to hear it.
So
Guilty.
Nick, I have
Love to hear it. Right there with you, Nicky B.
Yep, been there,
when you
done
got-
that.
Do you remember getting your first iPhone and what happened to it after 3 days?
Absolutely, I will make one correction because I have absolutely never owned an iPhone. It was the BlackBerry Storm, the first
Ooh, yeah.
touchscreen BlackBerry.
Right, dude, that
And
one-
I don't know. It was probably maybe within a week or a month. I don't know, but it was very soon after I got it. I was in one of those gamer chairs that was like rocking back and forth on the floor. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And I set my phone beside me, and sure enough, I was
You were-
playing PlayStation 2, I think, and I think I died in Call of Duty or something, and I just freaking slammed my controller as hard as I could on the floor.
yeah.
And sure enough, my phone was right there, right under it.
Oh, man.
Cracked the
There goes the
screen.
BlackBerry Storm.
Cracked the screen,
Jeez.
and
Oh, man.
like a good person, I did not get insurance, so I was out of phone.
And
Oh,
Dad,
boy.
I bet
Yeah,
Dad didn't go
indeed.
buy you a new phone the next day, did he?
I know.
No.
He
he
absolutely did not.
That
Man,
makes you a
tell
good
him-
father, Byron. That makes you a good father.
Tell him what you had to use, Nick. Do you remember?
Oh, yes, I do remember
Was it a
actually.
backpack phone?
My mom used to own a pink razor that I then that
Yo,
I then
that's
activated
awesome.
and had to use for maybe it was 6 months. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
But-
so
You guys-
funny.
You guys remember the chocolate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was my
Who's
that was
that?
my first phone.
I think I was just talking to Alexa about that. She was like, "What's the
That was
one that
my
was
first
named
phone.
after candy?" I was like, "Oh, the chocolate."
Yeah, the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first phone. Yeah.
That one was like
so let's backtrack a little bit.
I feel like the chocolate was like the first phone that like really brought like the MP3 like
Yeah.
player, like it kind of combined the two. Not well, but it was the first one, I think, if I'm remembering that right.
Chocolate. I wonder when
chocolate.
it came out. Did it come out before the iPhone?
Oh, dude.
I would think
yeah,
so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I got the chocolate. This was in. Ready for this?
Here's the year. Here's
too,
Jared with
the
his
year.
year.
2009. I don't know if it came out in
Okay.
2009. I just know that I got it in 2009.
Yes,
right,
Roy.
so-
Dude, the razors. Those were great.
Yes. Pink Razor.
I
Yeah.
feel like the chocolate and the razor were like kind of similar.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know if the chocolate was like a downgrade from the razor or the other way around. I don't remember.
So did the Razor? Did that stuff come out before the BlackBerry, or it came out?
so yeah, I'll have to look that up. But the chocolate actually came out in 2005, so that was 2 years.
Oh
before
wow,
the
yeah.
iPhone.
So I got that phone later on after it came out. That's probably.
And
why
then
it's
you
so
said
cheap.
the BlackBerry?
Yeah.
Well, I think the BlackBerry.
And I thought the BlackBerry came out first.
It was like an iPod almost. I love that phone. Yep. Hear ya.
Yeah, the
Hear ya.
BlackBerry came out in '99.
Yeah.
That was yep.
So Stu, that was really like your first your MP3 because
Is that the BlackBerry?
could-
Maybe
yeah,
that's what I
BlackBerry
was
could
thinking
do-
of.
It could do anything and everything, man. I
Okay.
love that Black.
I know the chocolate was my first phone.
Did-
I'm pretty positive my second phone. I don't know what it was called, but it was the one. It was like the one that like slid. It wasn't a flip up phone, but it was you had like just the regular phone screen with like the keypad on top, and then it would slide up, and then you could use like a whole keypad to
Didn't
Yeah, I know what you're
text
talking
or
about.
whatever. It wasn't a flip phone, but it was the one that like slid.
the BlackBerry did
I don't
that?
remember
Not
what
the
it was
first
called.
one, but the BlackBerry
Um,
eventually got there, I think, didn't it? Or am I just
Yeah.
mixing all these up?
I think you're mixing all these up.
But yeah, BlackBerry never slid, flipped, or anything.
Yeah, they were all about the
Yeah, no,
keyboard,
it's
so-
Okay.
yeah.
The chocolate slid at one, didn't
Yeah.
it? But it was just
It
in
did.
numbers. It wasn't like a full
It
keypad.
did. The
Yeah.
chocolate I had was just it like flipped up, and then the one
Yeah.
after that was like a more short compact one that literally just slid.
But anyways,
All right, anyway,
that
back
was
to
a
video
huge
games.
diversion.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Mike
Content,
Tyson's
content,
Punch-Out!
content.
2.
We're just
chocolate
talking,
phone.
you know. That's what this pod's all about.
All right, so Mike
So that's your
Tyson's
number
Punch-Out.
3.
My number 2 would have probably been, man, childhood. I think it would have been Mario Kart.
Ooh,
Mm,
okay.
I think it would have been Mario Kart.
That
Yeah.
was during your childhood.
Yeah, it was
What
like
was Mario
early,
Kart been out
early on.
for?
Yeah. But
where
then,
where are we cutting childhood off, by the way? Because that helps me to figure out my number 1.
I'm going like before. I'm going like way back.
So I can't say like
or
when I was in
before-
high school. Does that not count as
Probably
childhood?
not, because that brings in COD, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got to be like older. It's got to be
All
older.
right. Yeah,
It's
for
gotta be
sure.
older. was
yeah,
like,
I
nah.
would say maybe before high school. So
Well, so
Yeah.
so in my case, I had to go
Yeah,
from
Brian
like,
stole one from college. It's not fair.
junior high. I
Yeah,
had to
but
go from
Brian is,
because we didn't have phone systems. So
Well, I identify as 62.
I don't
Sorry.
care what.
Sorry,
I don't care. You're not 62. Simple as that.
Well, okay, well, it's
Anyways.
2023 and you can't tell me that. Okay, anyway, so
I can 100%.
go ahead, Nicky B.
all right, so Mario Kart, and then my number 1 is Tony Hawk. I played
Ooh.
a lot
Okay.
of Tony
Ooh.
Hawk. I mean,
oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
tons. It was
That's ooh.
it was almost embarrassing.
I even
But-
played Tony Hawk with him.
You did. You
I
probably played the first one, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
The- Oh, it was on the N64 because it had the blue cartridge.
right.
Yep.
Yes, Kyle, do you remember
Yeah.
when we used to play Tony Hawk
has
at,
the
at
blue
Dad's house all the
cartridge.
time?
Yeah.
I think it was the- Man, Tony Hawk original would have been like the PlayStation 1, right? Or was that the
Tony,
PS2?
well, I know I played it on N64.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Then it would.
Yeah,
Well, it
Tony
definitely
Hawk.
wouldn't have been the PS2. Maybe the PlayStation one. I do remember we had that at my dad's, and we had all PlayStations there. So it would have had to been like PS1 or PS2.
Yeah. I know they had it on all the PlayStations, but Becca mentioned Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls doesn't go back to your childhood.
No,
Does it?
no.
So I was honestly thinking about that. So you can't go like what's the new one?
Skyrim.
Skyrim. You can't go Skyrim, and
Obviously,
you can't go.
Skyrim.
You can't go. What was the one before? Oblivion. But there was one before that, and I can't remember what it's called. And I played that one when I was younger. That would have probably been middle school.
Yeah, I think that counts. If you're talking middle school, because I'm going.
Well, Jared,
I'm
if you know
pretty
your
sure,
three,
I'm
go
pretty
ahead.
Sure, I'm pretty.
Morrowind,
sure
that's
I'm,
right,
I'm
Ferg.
going like. I'm
Oh,
going
yeah,
like young
Yeah,
Morrowind.
Morrowind was good.
12
Morrowind was a good
12 and
game.
below.
Yeah, because Morrowind was 3, and then, geez, yeah, there's a lot of Elder Scrolls. They go
Kyle,
way
which one
back,
are you
but-
talking about? GTA. We did me and oh man, my dad bought us GTA when we were young, and he probably shouldn't have. We used to play that so much.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
gosh.
yes, Kyle, you're right. Yeah, that'll probably make my top 3. I didn't think
Oh,
about
dude,
that right now, but-
ATV Off-Road
Yeah.
Fury. I played a lot of that.
Oh my gosh, Kyle and I used to play that all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways,
All right, Jared.
so,
Jared,
yeah.
Jared, you got your top 3?
So my top 3 are. Let me see. My number 3 is going to be Need for Speed. I don't remember which one, but it was on the PSP.
Oh, that's
I had a
awesome.
Need
Oh my
for
gosh, you
Speed
guys are
game,
killing me right now.
Need
and
for
I used to
Speed.
play all the time on the PSP.
Nick, did we play PS or the Need for Speed? Is that what we played?
Yeah, I think it was 2, Need for Speed 2. We played it.
Okay.
Yeah, we played a lot
Most
of that.
Wanted. Need for Speed Most Wanted. That was a good one.
Maybe
You
it
could
was
like
most.
customize the crap out of your cars in that game.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that one was good.
Or no, I was playing Need for Speed Underground too.
Or maybe it was
That's what it
Underground.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
One of those. Oh yeah, that was good. Good one,
I
Jared.
don't know. Yeah, it
Anyways.
was. I don't remember which one it was. I just know that it was a Need for Speed game on the PSP. And
So
then
that
my
took me
second.
back to my childhood, Jared.
Oh yeah, that took me back a ways. That took me back a ways.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then
Kyle.
these will go even back. These will go back even further. And the other one, or my number 2, was Monsters Inc. on the Game Boy Advance. That was a fun game during my childhood. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I remember playing a Sully, dude, jumping on the sled and like sliding down the snowy mountain. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's my number 2.
Okay.
And
Monsters
my
Inc.
number-
Definitely didn't
my-
think that one was gonna.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Kyle,
and then
Kyle
my-
says to you, "That's cute, Gerald."
I know it is. Thank you. It is cute. And then my number 1 would be Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo.
Ooh,
64.
yeah. Oh man,
Mario
played a
Brothers.
lot of that.
Yep. Those were my favorite games. Is like in my childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Monster.
And then after the Need for Speed PSP, more serious video games entered the picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You start
Yeah,
killing
for
people.
sure.
And then I
Running
started
people
shooting
over in
people in the
Grand Theft
face and
Auto.
killing them and
Yeah.
all that good stuff and yelling and screaming at them through the mic, telling them their
Jared,
failures in
the
life.
the reason that you went that way is because of Monsters Inc. You know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You were running down
Yeah.
people in your sled with Sully, and that just
Yeah,
started
that's right.
something. It
Oh
started
man,
something.
and then when you're playing as Sully trying to beat Randall, that was not a good time. I struggled
yeah.
with that one. I struggled with that one.
I feel like
Randall's
I have to look
the
this
worst.
game up. Yeah,
Jeez.
Randall's.
It was
Oh, dude,
released
that was a
in
great game.
2001. 2001.
And what console
Was it
that
really?
on?
Did you look it up? Did you
Game
look it
Boy
up?
Advance. Yeah, I looked
Wow.
Oh,
Game Boy. I
yeah.
don't even think I ever owned the Game Boy
2001,
Advance.
dude. I was 11 years
Yeah.
old at that point. Yep. So
Oh
that's
my word.
perfect.
it.
What did the Game Boy Advance look like? Because I remember like the evolution of that. Like the original Game Boy was like the gray block, the brick.
Right.
Then I
Mhm.
remember the Game Boy Color, which
The
was like
flip.
slimmer. Oh, that was the one that flipped the Advance. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that
'Cause
one now.
I remember
Yeah,
I remember
the
my
color.
Game Boy Advance was like red, but then it had like a mirror that would flip up and it would like
Yes,
make the
that's
screen
right. That's
bigger.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
the Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
I couldn't remember that.
That's
All I
right.
could remember
Man.
was like the original
Those were
brick
some good
and then the Game Boy Color, which I think they sold like different colors of them. But it was
Yeah.
sleek, like slimmer, and yeah.
Mm.
Wait, so
Game Boy Advance.
altogether, what were your top three, Jared?
Need for Speed. I'm just gonna say Need for Speed. Monsters Inc. and then Mario Brothers, the original Mario Brothers.
Nice.
All the way back on the Nintendo 64. Matter of fact, that brings me back all the way to when we were living in San Luis Obispo, Stewie. That was before we went to
Back in
Atascadero.
slow.
And the Rickards were our neighbors, and I would go over there and he'd have the system set up for me, and I would go over there and just play some Mario Brothers. Yeah.
Now did
a long time ago.
mom?
That would have been back
Dad?
before I was. That would have been back when I was like 10 or younger. Yeah.
Did mom and dad know that you were?
Oh yeah.
100%. Playing as much video games as you were.
Oh yeah.
Because you were a homeschool kid, so
playing
a lot
as
of
much video
homeschool-
games as I was. So I was allowed maybe an hour a week or something. Yeah.
Because a lot of homeschool kids, they are not allowed to play a lot of video games.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's funny too is like, did they know you were playing all the video games? Yeah, the whole hour a week that I was able to do. Yeah.
All right, so I could 100% take I could probably fill my top three with some of these ones that you said. So in the spirit of conversation and bringing some new games into it, so I'm gonna go my number three. The first console that we owned at my mom's house was a Sega Genesis, and I just used to beat the snot out of Sonic the Hedgehog on that game. Play Sonic the Hedgehog like crazy. Collecting all the coins, dude. You'd drop down and you'd mash the button and get spinning, right? And then you'd shoot off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
I can't. I do have to agree with Kyle for number two here and go. I think I do have to go Need for Speed, but I'm going to go specific Underground 2. That was the one that you could the first one where I think it wasn't just about the racing, you could customize your cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
I have to tell you, Stu, in that game, so that was, how old were you and Nick when we were playing that?
Let's see. I think it came out in maybe like 04, so I was like 13.
So at that with that game, Nick's favorite car in that game was the Ford Focus. And he told
Yeah.
Yeah, Ford Focus for the win.
Ford Focus.
Ford Focus.
Yep.
Yep, for a hot minute, I wasn't gonna ever tell anybody that ever again, but my dream car was a Ford Focus. Yes.
Jeez.
Dude, no way.
And then you got the oh my gosh,
The Del Sol.
the Del Sol, the Del Slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Del Slow.
Anyways.
Yeah, and then number one wasn't necessarily wasn't my favorite game, but we spent a lot of time playing growing up at my dad's house. Me, my brother, my stepbrother Justin. I think my dad, he might have tried sometimes. But we just played the crap out of Madden on the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2. I was trying to find what year it was, but the one year that sticks out to me the most was the year that the Tennessee Titans had Chris Johnson at running back, and his speed was a 99. And I just remember playing the crap out of the Tennessee Titans because that guy was like a freaking cheat code, man. There was nobody on defense that could catch Chris Johnson. If you did a pitch to the outside, and the defense was playing man, and if that side of the field, it was a touchdown almost every time. So I don't know.
That might have been 08. It might have been Madden 08.
I'd have to look it up and see. But yeah, he was we played a lot of that, and then honorable mention, we did play a lot of NASCAR with my dad too. My dad was a big NASCAR guy, and he was a big Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan, and he'd always punch us in the leg and stuff like that when we were racing, and we would run him into the wall. He'd give us a little, hey, that's not racing, and I'm like, Dad, rubbin's racing. Get out of my way next time.
You guys did the controllers? Did you guys have the pedals?
No, we just had the the controllers. Yep.
So, this doesn't go back all the way to to childhood, but you know what a great game is? It's a fun game, dude. Rock Band.
Oh,
Rock Band, yeah.
It's a fun game.
Many
I tell you
hours.
what,
It's a fun game. Many a good times on Rock Band. Yeah.
I'm more of a Guitar Hero fan myself. Never really
okay.
got much into Rock Band, but
Okay.
Rock Band's a good one.
So
yeah,
I don't
that
remember.
was a good one.
I don't remember which one Mike Brubaker had. One of
Mm.
the two, but there was a so you could play. It was a something in the game where you played every song that was in the game. It was like a concert, and it just went back to back to back to back. And one night, me, Mike, and Evan Brubaker decided that we were going to do it, and we started at like 9:30 p.m. and one of us was playing the drums, one of us was playing the guitar, and the other one was singing. And we went through every single song. We were up till like 4 a.m. It was hours I'll never get back, and I regret tremendously. But it was a lot of fun. That was a good one, Jared. A good one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Auto Duel,
so
yeah, I remember that one.
Auto
Bowl.
Duel. Have you ever heard of that, Dad?
No.
I remember that
I
one.
don't. It was released in '85. What did you play that, Aaron?
Yep. I remember Auto Duel.
Really?
Yep.
Did you play? You had to have played it on the computer.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Because it was either that or Atari.
Tecmo
That's
Bowl.
crazy.
Mike.
Techno.
Yeah, I remember that one, Mike.
Yeah.
There's is it called Tecmo Bowl? There's an app now on your phone that like mimics Tecmo Bowl.
Is it Tecmo or Techno? Oh, that was
Techno.
It said
Tecmo.
Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, really?
I thought it was Tecmo, Tecmo.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Oh.
It was released in '87.
So let me see. I don't know if I put this up on my camera. I don't know which camera I'm using.
Yeah, that one.
But
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
guys see
you
this?
can see
So this is called Retro Bowl, and I'm pretty sure it's just like supposed to mimic Tecmo Bowl. But you can download that right on your phone, Mike Ferry, and you can play that on all your breaks, or when you're bored at work, or when you're at home. Retro Bowl.
There you go.
It's a good one.
Mike Ferry's productivity is going to go way down now.
That's exactly right. But good thing for him, we work at Vitro, where you're not required to be very productive.
That's right. That's
right. You can just go sit in Brian Brinson's office for
as
4
long as,
hours.
But we never did that.
Byron knows. As long as it's flowing, they're packing, cutting, and shipping. It's all that matters.
That's right.
We
That's
never
all that
did
matters.
that.
That's all they care about.
I know, Mike.
Yeah.
You're never bored at work because you're always doing interviews for Aaron when we're hiring new hires. You're always
That's
taking
right.
care of me.
Always taking care of Stu.
He's always
Stu, are
picking
you
up
having
Stewie.
the orientations? Are you doing the orientation?
No, so I contact new hires, get them in for the interviews, schedule the supervisors, and then do like the paperwork with them afterwards to get them started in like the onboarding process. And then once they leave with all their paperwork done, then it gets passed off to our other generalist, and she handles like the background checks, all that kind of stuff. And then we have a training specialist, Diana. She covers like the full on orientation.
Gotcha.
So it's yeah, 3 of us working together to help the process go seamlessly. Seamlessly? Bet your freaking chickens.
Yeah.
Seamlessly. Bet your
Yeah.
freaking chickens.
You better bet you those freaking chickens.
Oh, gosh.
Sweet chickens.
Bet your sweet freaking chickens.
You better bet your sweet chickens.
Aaron and Jared, what was your favorite parts about Charlotte this weekend? Or this past weekend?
Jared, do you want to?
I'm gonna have to go with my favorite part was scooting and booting. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Even
though you were freezing.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though I was freezing,
even
though I was freezing cold, I'll always look. Stewie knows this. If I'm freezing cold, but I'm in the ocean having some fun with waves and stuff, I won't get out. If I'm scooting and booting or doing, he's saying like, oh, even though you're freezing, yeah. Like if I'm having fun, there's something exciting, I like doing it. I'm okay if I'm slightly uncomfortable. I'll still do it. But yeah, that was fun. I like scooting around because that's the first time I've ever done that. I didn't even know that was a thing. When I found out it was a thing, I was like, dude, this is fun. I like this. I like it a lot.
Amazing.
That was my favorite part. Yeah.
Scooting booting for Jared. What about you, Stu?
Yep.
Can I say there's a
Nope,
tie
you can
at
only
one?
pick one.
I only have
Nope.
to pick. I have to pick only one.
Pick one. Yep.
That's not fair. Man, because I got two. I got two right up there.
That's too
Are
bad.
you sure I can't?
You gotta choose
All right.
one.
All right.
Nicky's gotta
Well then I'm
choose
gonna
one.
go. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Pins. We went to Pins. That was where they had duck pin bowling and the retro arcade games and stuff like that. And we also found that they had an adult slide. You went up the stairs and got all the way up to the roof, and then you could slide down the slide, and that was a lot very So I'm gonna go
was
with
very
Pins.
intense.
Excellent. Yeah,
Yep,
that was.
Pins
Yeah,
was
they
cool.
had they had the arcade, the arcade, the beer, like the alcohol, and then the duck pin bowling.
Duck pin bowling, the
And
retro arcade games. They had skee
Yeah.
ball, and it was free.
yeah, oh yeah,
Brian, dude, they had skee ball, dude. You just had to hit the start button, and you just kept playing and playing and
And
playing.
you just kept playing as much
Yeah.
as you wanted, much
Wow.
free skeet ball as you wanted.
Just play
That-
skee
Yeah,
ball,
that-
skee ball, skee ball.
that was the
That's like-
first time we had been there. So we'll have to go next time you come down.
Yeah, sounds cool. What's the scoot bootin'? What's Jared talking about?
That was fun.
You know
So
the electric scooters that we talked
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
In the city, they have them all over the city. I think at one point we looked, there was probably 100 scooters within like a couple mile radius, and essentially you just go up and with your phone with the app, whatever app. There's multiple apps. You scan the scooter, and it'll start the time, and you pay by the second, pay by the minute, and you can go wherever in the city. And I think they go up to like 15 miles an hour, so you're really cruising.
Oh,
You're
wow.
cooking.
Yeah,
So,
you
like-
were scooting and booting on those things. That was fun. That was very
So
fun.
like when we were club hopping, we could have scooted a little bit.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you bet your freaking chickens, bet your sweet freaking chickens you could.
Me and my
Absolutely.
dad hitting the clubs for the evening.
Yep.
Yeah, for
Home by
their,
9.
Yeah, that
for
was
their,
cool.
they're like all over every city now. Lex and I went to DC last year for the Office trivia night, or no, not the Office experience. And they were all over the place. That was the first time I had ever seen them.
Yeah.
But they were a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
they were a lot of
fun.
Yeah. That was definitely something cool.
Kyle says skee ball free, so free ball.
Yeah.
I guess
Free
you
ball?
could call it that.
Yeah,
Free ball?
None of us were free balling while we were playing free ball. I don't think.
that
but
is true. We all had our undies on.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right, and Becca, top 3 breweries. Here we go.
Speak for yourself.
I'm gonna go Wooden Robot 3. No, nope. Sorry, I take it back. Petty Thieves 3, Wooden Robot 2, Old Mecklenburg, Easy 1. I was telling Alexa if I
Easy
could.
One.
Oh, Easy 1,
Mm.
Easy 1. I was telling Alexa the
Easy.
other night if I had to pick one brewery to go back to in my entire experience ever anywhere, it would be
Yep.
that one.
Old Mecklenburg.
Yep. And over any in Richmond, any in Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg, anywhere I've ever been, I'd go back to the old OMB.
Absolutely. Old
No
Mech,
doubt.
Charlotte for the win.
Old Mech, Charlotte for the dub.
Boom.
Heck yeah. Dad, what brewery would you go to?
The one that serves Diet Pepsi. No, what do you
Oh,
drink?
I'm right there with you, Byron. I'm right there with you, Byron.
So hey, I don't know. It was
Marzoni's.
Yeah, but Marzoni's is good. They're good. They have good food. Actually, it's funny because I have, with the job that I have now, I'm actually hitting like VFWs and Legions and all that kind of stuff. So I love them. The VFW, Legion, social clubs like that. They're pretty cool.
Meeting a lot of good people.
Yeah.
A lot of good people, a lot of good food. Cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap
Oh, yeah.
food.
Cheap good
That's-
food.
That's one of Kent
Yeah.
Boatman's favorite places to go is the Dillsburg VFW. He's trying to find somebody that can get him in there.
Oh yeah.
He got in
Yeah.
there somehow
Oh.
one time, but Yeah,
Oh my
Jared,
gosh.
no surprise there, am I right?
Oh my gosh.
So I was in
There's Kim Bowman in the chat. No, he's not.
I was in
Oh my
Howard
God.
City today, and I was at the Moose Club, and had stuffed pepper soup, and it was
Wow.
banging.
Stuff.
So
Banging,
Dang.
not banging,
That-
Banging.
banging.
No kidding.
yeah,
That,
Like
Double
were these
income, no
hot
kids.
spicy peppers or was this literally just black pepper?
no, no. It was
With the
they were
actual-
like they were like green peppers, green
Hmm.
stuffed peppers in the
Hmm.
soup. It was
Jared,
I
good.
just didn't know. I just didn't know if it was seasoned with like black pepper or with like
No.
spicy pepper too.
No, I don't do
Interesting.
spicy, Jared. Can't do spicy.
Neither do I. Neither do
there
I.
with
I
you.
don't like. I don't
My
like.
son-
I'm
my
not
son
about that
does all the
spicy either.
spicy for me, so
Yeah. Nope.
I was just gonna ask if we were all four on the same page, but I forgot Nicky B does like some spice.
oh yeah.
Oh, some spice. Yeah, out of the four of
Yeah.
us in here, I am off the
I mean,
charts. Loving spicy.
when
Spicy food.
we were in Charlotte with good old Nicky B and Becca, it was literally, hey Nicky B, would you like some bacon and eggs with that hot sauce? That's how bad it was.
That's exactly right, Jared. I'm glad you know me.
Yeah. Oh, I
So-
knew. Oh, I do. I
He-
do.
he-
Dude.
Even puts hot honey on his pizza.
Mm.
So
Yep.
hot
Dang,
Oh,
honey.
gosh.
I don't know why you would ruin a
Wow.
good pizza with a good sauce and.
You
Yeah,
you
I
probably
love
would have
that.
loved that grilled cheese I got then at that brewery.
Oh, I would
That
have.
thing was spicy hot.
Yeah, you
That
were
was the
you were
ham
eating
though,
that.
right? That wasn't sauce. Was that the meat?
No, that
or
was
there
no,
a
that
sauce
was
on
that
it?
no, that was it was literally a grilled cheese with some type of sauce, but then they put like some extra, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was vegetables or some sort of, I don't know. I want to say it was vegetables, but those things were hot. I mean,
Yeah.
my mouth
I was watching you, and you were talking about how
dude.
spicy it was. I was like, I want to get my lips on that. That just
I
sounds
think it was,
delicious.
I want to say it was called like a kimchi grilled cheese or something like that. I don't know. It was really hot, and I was like, man, I was kind of looking forward to a grilled cheese, not a spicy hot grill. You know
All right,
what I'm saying? Like,
We got a first time chatter. in
Yeah,
our
we
chat.
do.
something. A first time chatter.
Who is it, Stu?
It is J Skippy 22,
Jay
aka
Skippy.
I'm gonna mess up saying the last name I think, but Jenny Schiappa.
No, you nailed it.
Nailed
Jenny
it. Let's
Schiappa.
go.
Okay.
Went to high school with her. She's now.
Jay Skippy's
actually,
here.
I don't know what she does, but she does streams. So if you guys
How
want
you
to check
doing,
her out
Jenny
on Twitch.
Schiappa?
But
Yeah.
I like
yes, glad to have you, Jenny.
Her married name's a whole lot easier to pronounce.
Yep. Rock.
Which
Jenny.
is what?
Man, we're just doxing her though. We're giving out all of her personal information. Jenny, what's your address? We'll share that next.
Go ahead and
Yeah, if you want to
everyone,
just give us
your
the
debit
address,
card
phone number.
information and
go ahead and throw your social in there too while you're at it.
Yeah, social. Oh my gosh.
sounds
But
good.
your brother Stu asked, "What's my favorite
My
hot sauce?"
social is-
I have discovered it within the last probably year. It's called Truff. It's made with truffle oil, and it is delicious. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
ever had like anything with truffle oil. Like when we were in Italy, we had truffle oil pasta, and oh my gosh. Truffle, if you ever get the chance, I know probably you not, Stu. Maybe you, Jared.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Yes,
know,
Stu.
Dad, but
Stewie,
yeah.
why are you shaking your head? Stewie, why are you shaking your
So-
head? This is a podcast where we talk about everything. Why are you shaking your head? Go ahead.
I'm disagreeing with
No.
Nick.
Oh, you're disagreeing with Nick? I thought you were disagreeing with the with
No,
the request
so
that you just
I
got.
have a pretty standard. I'm a very picky eater. For those in the chat that don't know me, but I can't eat anything that the name of the food, the name itself doesn't sound appetizing, and to me the word truffle is like what am I doing here? Truffle. Why am I eating a truffle, right? Like,
It's like pigs in the forest. They dig for truffles.
yeah, why am I eating a truffle?
Yeah.
Pass.
It's not bad.
Hard pass. Let me get some truffle hot sauce. How about Frank's hot sauce? Perfect.
Who wants to eat
Oh,
Frank?
right.
Who wants to eat Frank? Come
Like,
on.
who wants to eat Frank? I don't want to eat Frank.
I'll eat Frank's hot sauce in my buffalo chicken dip for sure.
Bet your freaking chickens
Hey,
I don't
dude,
want
what
to
do you
eat
put
Frank.
that Frank's on?
So literally the only thing I use. Oh, okay. My Frank's hot sauce only goes in buffalo chicken dip. There are two things that I eat hot sauce on: buffalo chicken dip, obvi, and then
And
number
mac and
two
cheese.
when I. Oh yeah, okay, three things. Sometimes I'll sprinkle it in my mac and
Okay.
cheese. But the other is I'll go to Chick-fil-A and get the chicken nuggets and get their zesty buffalo, and that's really good. I love their zesty
is
buffalo. It's not a super like punch in the throat kind of heat, you know. It's just enough to be like, ooh, that's hot.
So,
Um,
the only spicy thing I ever eat is Bonefish Grill, their Bang Bang shrimp. That is the only spicy thing that I ever eat. So Nick probably
Ooh,
doesn't think it's spicy.
Yeah, I was gonna
Byron,
say that's a
Byron,
stretch calling it spicy.
Byron, I have never been to the Bonefish Grill.
Bonefish.
I have
Oh,
never
boy.
been to
Never
the
been to the
Bonefish
Bonefish.
Grill.
What's a
When
bonefish? I
I
don't know.
what is
Sounds
how good is the
gross.
how good is the Bonefish Grill?
It's good. Good.
Bet you freaking
Is
chicken.
it?
They have
They have any chicken?
they do have chicken. They have steak. Their steaks are great.
They
But
have
their
fish. They have
their
chuckin.
specialty is the what's that?
They have fish. They have chuckin.
Yeah, bush and chicken.
Talk
Yep.
about
You
things
bet.
that do not sound appetizing.
Yeah.
Bush and
Let
chicken.
me get some fish and chicken.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I get some bush and chicken, please?
Bush.
I'm sorry, sir. We don't serve bush here. Bet your freaking chickens you do.
Ah. Yep. Well, that took a turn.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my.
So the man, why, Becca? Why? Can
What
you
is
do the
that?
story where Alexa fell down the stairs? That was hilarious.
100%. It was. It was
Yeah, go
very
ahead,
funny.
Stu. Let's hear
It was
let's hear
very
the
funny.
story.
Okay, Alexa, I'm sorry, but the people get what they ask for.
Okay,
Because
just to preface
Becca
this,
just went.
to be fair, it's from one clumsy wife to another clumsy wife. Is that fair?
Oh, is there a story there too? Yes,
No, just
Alexa, that one.
Becca's clumsy. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, so my wife who is in the chat, Alexa, she has a history of not doing well on the stairs. When we lived in Dillsburg, she attributed it to the stairs being very narrow. As you know, in different places, right? So some stairs are very narrow, some are normal, some are extra wide. So those stairs were very narrow, and she toppled down the stairs. And when I say she toppled, she really just kind of her foot slipped out. She fell on her butt, slid down a little bit, to the tune of one day she said she hurt her ham bone.
that's a new one.
What's a ham bone? Bet your freaking chickens, I don't know.
Same
But
thing
yeah.
as a fish bone.
Yeah, a fish bone and a chicken. So that was when we were there. That happened a couple times in Dillsburg, and then we moved to the house that we're in now with standard size stairs. So we thought the sliding down the stairs, we thought that was behind us. But the one night Jared was over here, we were watching TV or a movie or something, and Alexa was upstairs, and she comes downstairs. She's got a plate in one hand, she's got a fork, a knife, a cup. She's like carrying all these things down the stairs, and then all of a sudden I hear like a thud, and I look to my left, and all I see is my wife coming down the stairs head first, and things just exploding out of her hand as she's coming down, and she hits. So at the bottom of our stairs are carpeted, but at the bottom it's like tile. So she smacks right like down into the tile. Stewie hurdles the couch. Babe! Right? I jump over, and she's like laying there. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" And luckily the fork, the knife, that went other directions, so there was no injuries there. But she was very sore for a little while, and she then proceeded. So when we had Ellie, she was dealing with some stuff where she had low oxygen levels and she was getting very lightheaded. And I was like, listen, your history on the stairs and being lightheaded, I was like, you are not carrying this kid up the stairs ever in
Not
your
my
life.
baby.
Yeah, but that was sorry, babe. I'm sorry.
We love you, Alexa, but
We do love
man,
you.
that was it. What was really funny, I think Becca, this is where Becca's going from too, is just because I'm sitting on the couch and then it happens behind us, and both of us turn around. I'm like, what the heck? And then it's Stewie. This was like from like a seated still, right? Stewie was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, just full body, everything, and just leaps over the couch, and I was like, "Dang, bro, nice job." And then that was it. But that was very funny.
I'm a closet athlete.
It goes from a seated still
Yeah, closet
all the way over the
athlete.
couch.
You wouldn't be able to
Closeted
tell,
athlete.
I was like, wow,
but
that
it's
was
in there.
very, very good,
Ew.
Stewie.
So I have
Oh,
to ask
man.
you guys, has anybody here not fallen downstairs? I know I have.
I think I've fallen upstairs.
Nick,
Like when you
you
miss a
felt
step and you
Oh,
just
like
like
Okay,
Joe,
Joe.
like Joe
fall
Biden.
into the
Kind of
stairs.
like Joe
Yeah,
Biden.
yeah.
That's his
Like
job.
Joe.
That is
Yeah,
someone
my
you would want to emulate for sure.
my role model.
Nick
Yes,
actually
Joe
fell
Biden.
downstairs at babysitters. 2 flights.
Who did?
You did?
You know, you did, Nick. You
Two
were
Nick, you
flights.
flew down
Yep,
2
remember-
flights of
Why?
stairs.
It
Remember
goes 2
Nick?
flights.
Remember
Sheesh.
Jimmy Hicks?
Jimmy Hicks. I do not remember him.
He was the youth pastor at CLA for a little while. And his wife
Okay.
was watching you, and they had
Apparently
2
not.
flights of stairs going up to their condo. And you fell from the top stair all the way down to the landing of the second flight.
Wow. I
Dang,
have
Nicky
literally
B,
never
wow.
heard that. I've never heard
Really?
that story.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man,
we,
that's
we
tense.
came to pick, and the thing is, she didn't call us to let us know that it happened. So
That's awesome.
like, we get there and you're just wiped out. You're like, I'm like, what the heck? And then she
Did I have any
told us,
bumps and bruises?
no, you did not break a thing. You were sore.
Yeah.
But
I got a hard head.
I think you were like 2 years old. So, and it was like
Jeez.
it was probably about 35 steps. So it was quite the
Jeez.
fall.
2-year-old just
Imagine your 2-year-old falling down
fumbling
35 steps and your babysitter doesn't tell you
35 steps.
nothing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever fallen downstairs.
You don't
I mean,
remember falling downstairs, Jared?
No, as much as I can remember. I do remember though, when I was like 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere around there, I fell in the
Yeah.
bathtub and I busted out my 2 front teeth on the like the shower
Ferg.
faucet.
Oh gosh, yeah, Ferg.
That hurt. Not gonna lie, that hurt.
Yeah.
I can still feel the pain, believe it or not.
So were your teeth permanent, Jared, or were they baby teeth?
They were whatever kind of teeth you have at 3, 4, 5. I'm assuming they were like baby-ish teeth. Yeah,
no, those
they
were
not
those were
permanent.
the good ones. Those were
Those
the
were-
permanent ones.
Yeah, those were not the permanent ones yet, but yeah.
The
So
reason I
there was
ask
just
is
blood
because
everywhere, and
when I was 12, I was playing basketball in a elementary school gym that had a tile floor in it, and got knocked down, and a kid fell in the back of my head and jammed my 2 front teeth into the floor,
Oh.
and busted them off.
Oh.
So,
oh, ouch!
it was-
Jeez,
I got
dang.
up and I'm like, dude, that was wild. So
Ferg,
I walked
stop.
around-
Jeez.
I walked around for 2 years with 1 broken tooth and 1 silver cap. So
Oh, you were the
it
first
was
person to ever
2
have
years.
grills.
2 years. Yeah, I had a grill. Yeah,
Oh,
Brian had
nice.
grills.
Nice job, nice.
Let's go.
trendsetter.
Yeah, you were
Right.
you were
Was it-
definitely the leader.
You were the trendsetter.
So yeah,
Jeez.
Oh man.
Real quick, a
Wow.
lot has been happening on the Twitch side of the chat here, so I'm just gonna
Yes,
fill you guys
yes,
in
it
with
has.
some things and get your thoughts.
Okay.
So my brother, by the way, Jay Skippy, first time chatter. I believe we are right about that. Nobody's saying you're the worst. We appreciate you being here a ton.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yes, we do, Jay Skippy.
So then my brother did ask you, Nick, if you could get, or if he could get that truffle hot sauce, if he could get that here, I believe. But then he also says he puts hot
Oh.
sauce on pizza. Ready for this? With mayonnaise.
ooh,
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
Oh man, Kyle, that
oh
sounds.
man.
And I feel
So
like we can't just gloss over that.
That I was literally going to come back to that because I was not going to let that show up on the chat and not reference it before we before we head
Before
out.
we get off.
Is Grammy still in the chat? Because as long as you don't put ketchup on pizza, we're good.
Yeah.
So
anyways.
another thing which I'm surprised he didn't bring up was he also puts mustard. Like
On
he'll,
pizza?
he'll put mustard on pizza and like
well, what is
now
wrong
I
with
would
him?
say mustard is not as bad as mayonnaise, but mayonnaise on pizza and then he clarified he said pepperoni pizza, that is. So we're talking pepperoni pizza with hot sauce and mayo. That's freaking disgusting.
Dude,
All
how
right,
many
I'll
flights of stairs did he
I-
fall down?
What a
Yeah,
trendsetter.
probably at least 35. Not stairs, but flights.
I'll say
Wow.
mustard is probably worse than mayo because I can see. So like I'm a pretty loose free eater. Like I'll just like wild west it, just kind of eat anything
Yeah,
that's
that's
put in
right.
front of me. You know,
Yeah.
seafood, steak, cheesesteak, mac and
Trucking.
cheese, whatever.
Yeah.
But so mayo on pizza sounds better than mustard on pizza. I mean, but mayo still doesn't sound good on pizza.
None of
But
that
I think I
sounds
would
good.
try it. I think I
No.
would try it. But
Well,
definitely hot sauce. Definitely hot sauce. I'm right there with you, Kyle.
so Ferg says there's not a universe that exists where I'm putting mayo on pizza. Perfect. Could not agree more.
Okay.
And
Amen.
then Kyle told Skippy said to try it and get back to him. So Nicky B, maybe you got some homework this week.
I got some homework. I'm writing it down.
Maybe you need to get some
Becca is
pizza
all
and throw
about ranch.
some mayonnaise on it and
Yeah.
report back. But apparently it has to be pepperoni and it has to be hot sauce and mayo.
Ranch on pizza? I don't think that
Yep.
works.
Alexa is all about ranch too.
Oh,
Come
oh
on.
my gosh.
Yep.
Marie's Ranch. For the
Marie's
crust.
Ranch. Yes.
Has to be Marie's.
Oh
We're not
my
talking
gosh.
Hidden Valley or anything
No,
like that.
okay.
Oh, man.
Roy says adobo on pizza. Have you guys ever had adobo seasoning?
No.
It's like
No.
a combination seasoning. He's from Puerto Rico, so it's all like Puerto Rican stuff. But,
Yep, Ferg, I second that.
But
A
could
good
not
pizza
agree
doesn't
more,
need
Ferg.
it. Oh, yep, I second
adobo
that, Ferg.
is very good on pretty much anything, so I will have to try that. I haven't tried that, but we'll get to it.
Oh. Yeah,
Mm.
Kyle said
So-
mustard on pizza and mustard ranch mixed on pizza. Ferg, I'm right there with you, bro. Good pizza doesn't
So-
need a condiment. Perfect.
So,
Couldn't have said it any better.
I like ranch. I love ranch. It's my go-to dressing, quote unquote, but not on pizza. Not on pizza. I mean,
Yeah,
So-
You never had it on pizza.
like Jay Skippy's giving me a hard time about no ranch. I'm like, I like ranch dressing, just not on freaking pizza.
Yeah, I love ranch dressing with some sweet potato fries. That's where I love.
Kyle's
it.
hurling insults
No
now.
fries with
Ranch is a
ranch.
basic white girl condiment. That's like a pumpkin spice thing. Skippy fires back. Guess who is a basic white girl though? Boom, Kyle, roasted.
Yeah,
Boom,
Kyle.
roasted.
You bet your sweet
Jeez.
chicken.
Bet your
Bet your
yeah,
freaking
bet your
chickens.
freaking
Bet your
chickens.
freaking
You
chickens.
better bet,
She's a
you better
basic
bet
white
those
girl.
freaking sweet chickens.
Oh,
Good
gosh.
lord.
Yeah, this chat is heating up real quick.
Just in
Yeah,
time for us
yes,
to
they
say
are.
goodnight, am I right?
Yep. Now that all of you guys are amped up and
How many people
ready
we
to
got?
rock,
So it's looking like right now on Twitch we are sitting at 7. Facebook
I'm
we have
seeing
5. Okay.
excellent.
So yeah, we got some people out there. We
Cool.
got I believe Roy's still here from YouTube. So we're covering all our platforms tonight. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
X,
Heck
but
yeah.
yeah. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Nick, I think I told you earlier, but we will. So YouTube Studio is like where you can track your analytics and stuff like that for your all of your videos and how many views and how many likes, comments, all that kind of stuff. So looking at it today, at the beginning of the day, we were at 49,200 views. We posted a
Wow.
video today that got over 1,000 views. So when the clock strikes midnight tonight, our JSNB Talk YouTube channel will have reached 50,000 views on our
Wow.
shorts, which is pretty
Nice.
freaking cool.
Nice.
Go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Celebrate
Excellent.
We're
good
pumped about
times.
that. So, and we also
Excellent.
have 69 TikTok followers. So nobody follow us ever again.
Excellent.
It's a perfect number.
Yes.
Oh man, Jay Skippy, one hand a pumpkin spice, the other hand a bottle of ranch. Yep.
Bet your
Oh,
freaking
that is a white
That's
girl.
right.
That's like the prototype.
Yep. So, all right, gentlemen, well, I
Anyways.
think it is that time to
Pumpkin
bizounce.
spice and ranch infused latte.
Ew.
branch infused latte.
Oh.
Jeez, you're sending us out on just like the
That's
Oh,
just
grossest thing you could
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah.
Is that like a California thing, Jared?
No,
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
that's
Yeah.
probably,
No,
that explains a
No.
lot, doesn't it, Brian?
no,
yeah.
it
That
does
explains
not.
a lot. If
Yeah.
they're all out
No,
there
it
drinking pumpkin spice
certainly
lattes with
doesn't.
ranch infused into them, that explains a whole lot. Oh man.
That was
Oh,
just
gosh.
maybe that's something like Kyle and
Jay Skippy.
We should
Yeah.
I forgot her name. Could
Kyle-
might be able to agree on.
Kyle, real quick before you leave, do you remember in J Jam when we used to have the unhappy meal? Where we would blend up the happy. We should do that for you one night with a piece of pepperoni pizza and some mustard and some mayonnaise and some hot sauce.
Just throw it all in a
Pour some
blender,
Coke
blend
in
it
there,
up,
and then you
then
can
you gotta
drink it
down the whole thing. Just
and it down the hatch. Can you try that one
Yeah,
more
That's
time,
right,
Nick?
Nicky B. Yeah.
just throw it all in there, blend
Right.
it up, and then
What
down
does
the
it
whole
look
thing.
like? God. We'll
Yeah.
go ahead and screenshot that.
Oh man, too funny. He said I'm in. All right, Kyle, you're going live with us next Thursday. So now we know what our what's it called, our segment. We know what that's gonna be. We're
Yep.
gonna watch Kyle drink a piece of pizza. Never thought I'd
Kyle
say
goes
that.
gross.
Yep,
Kyle
Kyle
goes
goes gross.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right.
All right.
Before we head off here, anybody have any final thoughts? Not mandatory, but anybody have anything they want to say or share? I don't know where we are today.
I just want to say thank you to Brian Brinson for being on. It was a heck of a time.
Yeah,
Having you
Byron.
on as a guest, always good. Welcome
you.
anytime.
Thank
So
Thank you, Byron.
You bet.
yes.
Jared, are you here next week? You're not here next week. You got to work.
I am not here next week.
All right. All right.
Yep,
So
I will not be here next week, so it's a very sad time. But I know you boys will kill it just like always.
I miss seeing your face, Jared, when you're not around.
Yep, I know. I miss seeing my face too when I'm not.
Well, I bet you sweet chicken you do.
Yeah,
Nick Roy.
yes, sir. You're right. You're right. I will not be here next week for anybody who's curious, but I will be here week after that.
Maybe if you don't sign up for any overtime.
Or we might do 2 pods next week. Who knows?
We might.
Who knows?
We might sprinkle
We
in
might
2
do
next
2
week. We
pods
will
next
see.
week. Who knows?
Yeah, who
I'll keep-
knows?
I'll
I know.
keep all
We
you
could
guys
get
on your
weird with
toes.
it.
Yeah, we could get weird.
Yeah.
We get weird with it.
Especially freaking chickens, we can.
Nicky B, you gotta appease the audience. Roy wants it one more time.
Yeah, you just got to throw it all in the blender, just blend it up, and then throw it back.
Oh man, Becca, it was
man.
awesome seeing you
Alright.
too. We had a great time. Thank you again for your hospitality when we came down to visit. We appreciate. We love you guys a lot. Kyle,
Shout out-
Roy, all you guys that are still in here. Thank you guys for being
Shout out
involved.
to my mom, first
Yep.
time chatter. In
Thank
the,
you, Mary.
in the live chat, Mary Brinson.
Mary makes an
She says-
appearance 30 seconds before we're about to leave.
Yes, next time make it a little
Alright.
sooner, mother.
Thank
She
you.
was-
Anybody who's still around, please sub to any of our platforms. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yep. Let me see if I can.
It's just one step at a time. So anybody who would be so be so kind to do that, we all 3 of us would greatly appreciate that.
I don't know
Absolutely.
if I can get our links up there. Give me like 1 second here. Let me see if I can do that. Somebody talk about something for 30 seconds. Go
Oh,
right
It's
ahead.
just one step at a time. Am I right, Nicky B?
So
Oh,
to
yeah.
take it out, guys, what did we learn today? What did we learn during our conversation today?
It's like,
All right, throwing it back to middle school. Well,
Yeah,
what's the
here we
lesson?
go. What did we learn today, gentlemen?
Or rather, Sunday school.
There it is. I'm not sure why I
Okay.
posted up there like 5 times, but there's all our links: YouTube, Twitch, Substack, which is something that Nick continues to write on, and I need to get better at.
Absolutely.
And Facebook, and our TikTok is not on there, but you can follow us on TikTok too at JSNB Talk. Boom.
100%. What did we learn
Perfect.
today? I think we learned that a lot of the great video games have been made in the past, and there are few and far between nowadays.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a
Yeah.
fair
Jared,
assessment.
what did you learn today, Jared?
Yeah, that's true. I learned something tonight that I did not know, that the Bonefish Grill has good food. So that's something I
Okay.
learned. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Stewie?
Not necessarily something learned, but confirmed. My brother is disgusting.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. My brother's
Okay.
gross. So.
Sorry, Kyle.
What
I
about you?
support you.
What about you, Bry Guy?
I think that I learned that I have no idea why my son is such a spice head.
Oh, there you go.
Because
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
it does not run in the family by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope, I'm the only one.
Yeah,
I'm the only
Man,
one.
that's
Sorry,
crazy.
Kyle. You're gross. But
Crazy.
all right. With that being said, we're out of here. Again, thank you all for being in the chat, being involved. Tonight was a lot of fun. We love engaging with the chat. So we appreciate you guys being involved. So until next time, next Thursday, we will see y'all later.
Peace.
Later.